All right. Well, welcome, my friends, to our podcast series on know, like, and trust. This is where I am bringing in my friends to that I know, like, and trust that I do business with so that you can get to know them, like them, and trust them so that they can become a trusted partner for you as you're looking to fill your needs. And today we've got Joclynn Johnson with Old Main Gemco out of Draper, Utah. And Joclynn, help me out here because I don't want people to just think local, but are you local storefront only, or can you do remote work as well if we've got
Um,
people like all over listening?
yep, we can absolutely do anything from here to Georgia, Florida, all over the United States. We're definitely capable of doing that. We've got remote services and can provide just as good of a service experience as we can if you're here in person. So those are definitely options.
So great. And one of the nice things is people are going to get to experience you over a screen here. So if they need that remote experience, they can know, all right, Joclynn owns this space and we can do business with her. And while we're going, for those that are watching, if you're not listening, you're going to see on my screen behind me here some of the masterful work that Joclynn and her team do with Old Main Gemco. So check what's going on behind me as we're talking here. You might get a little distracted because it looks really good. It's already distracted me for the little bit of time we've had it going up in all the best ways, and we want to distract you in all the best ways as well. So the format for this, my friends, is we will get to know Joclynn and Old Main Gemco. I'm going to ask her some questions about that. We're going to find out some things that she likes about the jewelry industry. Or is that the right way to say it? Does it have
Yeah,
an industry name? Is it the
yeah,
jewelry
it's
industry?
the jewelry
Okay.
industry. Yep.
All right, the jewelry industry and what people like about doing business with her. And then to close out today, we want to give you something of value, which is something that Joclynn can share with you so that you can build that trust with her of, oh, I really appreciate what she shared with me there. And that's going to help me moving forward, whether or not I do business with her or somebody else. I didn't even know maybe we could do that within the jewelry industry. So Joclynn's taught me a lot. We've been friends for about 6 months now and it's been really cool. So I wanted to invite her on and allow everyone to get to know her. So, Joclynn, just introduce yourself to us, you, your family, your business. Help us get to know you.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm Joclynn Johnson, and I was born and raised in Utah. I've got two kids that are grown adults now, a 22-year-old and a 20-year-old. And it's been fun to see them grow up and turn into adults. I told you I was born and raised in Utah. I did so much of my kid memories and things in at the Utah State University in Logan, Utah. And Old Main was the building on top of the hill. We'd roll Easter eggs down the hill, but that's where I came up with my business name, Old Main Gemco, is just from all those childhood memories and just being able to keep something personal with me and have that as part of my business.
That's both classy. I love the name. It's classy. And I don't know how intentional it is. It sounds very intentional that those memories, like
Yep.
jewelry, right? Jewelry holds so many memories for us. I know I have cufflinks for my grandma and grandpa that I use and always remember them every time I see them. And then heirloom jewelry that we have as well. So I love that you brought those memories in from Logan to name your business, which helps create memories and I guess perpetuate memories as well that are going right because
Yep.
some of that heirloom jewelry that you're able to work with perpetuates it, and then you're able to create new stuff like for our friend Sam and others. I think you did Dennis's,
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
His
the
daughter.
wedding
Yeah.
ring
Her
set for
engagement ring.
yeah,
Hmm.
so cool, so cool. All right, so thank you for letting us get to know you a little bit, and anything else that you'd like for us to know about Old Main Gemco before we jump into the what people like about doing business with you?
Yeah. I think Old Main Gemco, I feel like is an extension of me. And I am all about making relationships with people. That's what I love the most about what I do is being able to connect with people and really just have an experience that's memorable for all of us. And it genuinely is what makes me tick is being able to meet people, create something special for people. So anyway, I think for my business, that is the most important thing for me.
Mm. And for those who can come to the storefront in Draper, and we'll put the storefront information along with her website so everybody can visit in person or virtually. You'll notice that when you sit down, very intimate setting, very personal. One of the things I really loved about meeting with you in your store and being able to get to know you better that way. Okay, let's find out this first. What do you like, or I should say, love about jewelry? Like, let's find out what you love about this first and like about it, and then we'll get more into the business side of liking it.
Yeah. First of all, I'm a girl. I love shiny, sparkly jewelry. I feel like jewelry is such an expression of who we are, and you get to do it in so many different ways with jewelry. And it's not just a woman industry; it's very much a male industry. I think people think it's very, female oriented, but I love both sides of it because it is an expression of who you are, and I think there's lots of different ways that you can do it. So that's my favorite thing about jewelry.
That is great. And when I don't want to lose this thought. You have your beautiful necklace there that I've
Yes.
noticed in the past, and I'd love for you to show that off and just share with our audience
Yeah.
what's the meaning behind it. Like, why is it
Yes.
significant for you?
Yeah, so I love this. So I wear this daily. I sleep and wake and shower and everything with this because it was really the first gift to me when I started my company. I just thought I needed something first of all that meant something to me, and then also, like I said, an expression of myself. I love pink. It's one of my favorite colors, and so what better than to have this? That's what another thing I love about necklaces is you can wear them all the time. You don't have to take them off and put them on, and some people think that you can't wear this. I wear it with t-shirts, I wear it with everything, so I just love it. It was my first gift to me as I started my journey down this road.
Well, it is beautiful. It catches my eye every time that you wear it. I'm always like, oh my gosh, that is so cool.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, I'm glad you were able to share that, and I didn't forget to ask about that. All right, so tell us a little bit about what people like about doing business with you.
Yeah. Um, I get more often than not people that come in and they say that the experience is very different than any experience that they've had. A lot of the people that come in have been jewelry shopping. It's definitely a process. They've been to multiple stores and had multiple different experiences. And a lot of times, those companies, you go in and people are standing behind a counter, and it's very at a formal where I, like you said, I like my studio is very personal. We're sitting across a table from each other, interacting with pieces together. It's very personal, and people say that more often than not that they enjoy the experience, that they feel like it's very personal.
Mm. And I love the word that you use there. That's what I wish I'd have used, studio. It is a studio, and it's really
Yep.
nice. Just like I have my studio in home that I broadcast
Yeah.
from here, and you have your studio there. And yeah, it is super nice. So those that are local, you got to stop by Joclynn's Old Maid Gemco. You got to get in there. And the website is amazing. You can go in and see how they go from sketch, original design to be able to get to the finished product. And I am a witness to many of Joclynn's finished products, and she's even created some conceptual jewelry for me as well to like shine for my business. Like, and just on her own, she was like, "Hey Russ, thought about you put some thought into this," and she gave me two different concepts of like things that could be used to, I guess, personify. I That's not the right word. Uh, to show my business, right, in
Yeah.
like medallion form almost. Yeah, to
Yeah.
be able to do
Yep.
it.
Just a
So
representation of your business.
she's very creative on that one. And it's one of the reasons that I trust Joclynn is because it's not just because I know her and I like her and we're friends, but because I've seen the process and the product from beginning to end. And my friends have trusted their own children, right? Themselves, their own fiancés, Sam's fiance, and then their children with what they are going to wear probably for the rest of their life, right? And
Yep.
it's and probably be passed on. So it's pretty
Yep.
cool. So this is the part where Joclynn, we've gotten to know you a little bit. We're starting to like the business and what you do. And I want to ask some questions for us to like just trust you in this process with my heirloom jewelry or this new piece that I want to craft for someone or a special occasion, maybe even for myself, right? For a special purpose. Okay, so what could you share with us that you feel like really helps people through the process and like gains that trust with you?
Yeah. I feel like transparency is huge for me. Being able to take somebody from a first conversation, using whether it's an existing piece of jewelry or memories or whatever it is about this project that they want done, is really getting to know them, getting to know what this piece is all about. I think that there's so much that you can do with design in being able to bring out design through symbol or symbolization through design. And so I think, getting to know the people, being transparent. I'm very transparent through the whole, process. And then being able to bring them visuals. Like we have 3D prototypes that we print of the jewelry so that they know before they're investing a lot of money, what are they actually going to get? Can they put it on their finger? Does it sit the right way? You can look at a 2D image on a screen, but you're not sure exactly what that's going to look like in real life. So I think that building that trust that they know that the piece that they are going to get is something that they've touched and felt. So for me, I truly believe that transparency, making things easy and getting to know people and being able to prove your service through that physical rendering. There's lots of other renderings that we do, but I feel like that is able to bridge that gap of guessing and just being able to bring people a true piece that they know they're going to get.
Mm. Yeah, one of the things I've noticed about you, and I remember one of the clients coming in when you and I were visiting in your studio, and you were able to show it was a pretty intricate piece that you were making, and you were able to show the process. And there was a clasp, a special kind of clasp I remember
Yeah.
that this
Oh yeah, I
gal wore.
remember.
And with that, what I've noticed from that experience and others that I've had with you and through our friends who I know have worked closely with you, is you help with peace of mind from the beginning all the way through exceeding expectations to the end. And that's what I think people can really love about doing business with you is from, like you said, from the very beginning, there's this quick relationship established where you're starting to understand the desire that they have, and you put them at that peace of mind. And here's what we're going to do. We've got the renderings and we've got this prototype that you can have. And then just like the gal who came in, and we're checking the clasp and is it working the way that you want it to be able to exceed the expectations at the end. And for those who are seeing the graphics behind me, you can see exceeded expectations 100%. And again, I've got personal testimonial myself and for my friends to be able to do the same. One thing that if you could tell us about this, that I know, like I believe our friend Charity has an heirloom piece maybe that you're
Yeah.
working on. Is that right? So,
Yep.
and you do this quite a bit. It was one of the things that I loved hearing from you because I have heirloom jewelry from grandparents that it just sits there. It reminds me of them, but it's not useful.
Yeah.
And when you started teaching us about what you can do with heirloom jewelry that we have to repurpose it and use it in a way that is still meaningful and usable, that was blowing my mind. I never even thought about it. I mean, and so I'd love for you to just share with our audience as well that like what is it that you can do with heirloom jewelry that they might be
Yeah.
sitting on like I am.
Yeah. Well, I see it all the time where people have got hand me down jewelry from grandmothers or, mothers that is not necessarily the style of jewelry that they would wear. Like I said, it's definitely an expression of who we are, but we can take those metals and those gemstones. We can melt down the metals and we can repurpose those and we can take the gemstones and really create any design that you want. We can even add elements to it. We can break it up and we can do two pieces out of it. A lot of times, some of these rings or necklaces that have lots of things happening, we can break it up and make a pair of earrings. It's really That's what I love about custom is it's truly custom. It doesn't start with any preconceived image or anything. It's really let's take what we've got to work with, and then too with heirloom jewelry, I love to bring in things that they want to remember about the person. If it's a repurpose of a grandmother's piece of jewelry, and I love to design through symbolization. So things aren't cliche. If you like baseball, I'm not going to put a baseball bat on your design, but there's ways that through design that I love to be able to bring forth some of that symbolization, so that when you have that piece, it's important to you and you know exactly what it's symbolizing.
Mhm. And that's what you did for me, just on your own. You're like, Russ, this reminds me of you, which is
Yeah.
really cool. Again, I love that. Maybe let's close out with like maybe a really memorable or meaningful experience that you've had with whether it was the experience with the client or the experience with the piece. Maybe it was both, but like just one where you're like, man, that was a really impactful one and like really brought meaning to me in my business.
Yeah. Um, so mine really was through the how I came up and decided that I was going to do jewelry. I haven't always been in this industry, but I went through, I'm a cancer survivor, went through cancer. I met this little boy that had cancer, and we were doing a fundraiser for him, and it was at the high school. I knew high school girls like jewelry, so I made jewelry. But more importantly, through that process, I got to know him and his family and his mom, just the neatest family. But I was able to make and design a genuine, precious necklace for her. This little boy ended up passing away, and to be able to give her something that was a representation of her boy, that she could wear forever, she could pass it on. Um, those are the type of things that just really bring like an experience or a memory or something that you can wear every day and that you can remember those things. And I love what I do because I've also become friends with so many of my clients because this process is it's very genuine, it's very real, and so it's been a joy to be able to become friends with a lot of the people that are used to be just a client. So it's one of the things I love the most.
That's really cool. You can just call me your friends. Yeah, I have a friend that
Yeah.
I do this rather than clients to be able to do it. And
Exactly.
that is true because I'm your friend, Dennis is your friend, Sam's your friend, Charity is your friend. Like I could probably name more that I
Yeah.
know. They're just not coming to mind right now. And so that's really cool. Well, let's just get your info. The best way for people to find you, let's get the address, your website, and your socials, and I'll make sure to put it all in there and we'll just wrap up for the
Yep.
day.
Yep. So you can call me at 801-901-3343. You can get me on my website, which is www.oldmaingemco.com. And I do so much business through text. So that phone number I gave you, you can text or call that number. You can physically come to my location at 12251 South, 900 East in Draper, Utah. But I also have links that you guys, and I can post it here, that you guys can use to book virtual or in-person consultations. So there's lots of ways that you can get a hold of me, but those are a few of them.
Perfect. Well, we're going to put it all in the show notes so that everybody has quick access to it. And Joclynn, I want to thank you for coming on today. Absolutely love being your friend and love seeing the value that you're able to add to people in such meaningful ways. And so cool that your entry into the world of jewelry as a business came from such a meaningful experience to be able to help support a family in their time of need. And yep, that just rings true for who you are. So thank you so much for coming on today and look forward
Thanks,
to doing
Russ.
business with you in the future.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you.